I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs. Today, cheesesteaks with a twist. It's not beef, but Nashville hot chicken Philly cheesesteaks, plus a warm potato salad and a strawberry shortcake with a very special ingredient. Every day we take great ideas for dinner and turn them into what we call Dinner DeeAs. Today's tasty treats are courtesy of the king of the coop himself, Chef Joe Dodd, owner of Tampa's original Nashville hot chicken restaurant. Chef Joe, cheesesteaks with chicken. Man, we'd be run out of the city of brotherly love with this one. But how are we gonna give some love to this dish?
Just by giving it.
All right, so what's the first step in giving it that love?
First step is making sure you use great ingredients.
Okay.
First off. Second off, when you're doing chicken cheesesteaks or any kind of chicken dish, you really want to brine.
Okay.
So what we did over here is I have a brined whole chicken. So we're actually going to make these cheesesteaks from a rotisserie style chicken.
I dig it.
So I brined this in dill pickle juice.
Why?
Straight dill pickle juice.
Why?
Dill pickle juice has that nice acidity. It's got a little sweetness to it. Plus, I love the flavor of dill.
Okay, I dig it.
So to do this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this chicken that's been brined. We brined it for around 24 hours.
Okay.
Just make sure it's fully submerged. And then we're gonna take it out. The best thing to do is also let it dry a little bit.
Okay.
We're gonna take a little bit of yellow mustard right here. And we're just gonna take it and put it on. Don't worry about if it's too much or too little. You can always add. And in this, what's gonna happen is the seasoning that we use is gonna eat up that mustard and kind of make like a little paste.
So it's like a glue that's just bringing all the flavors together.
Like a binder in barbecue.
A binder in barbecue. Now, if someone didn't have the opportunity to brine this, is it still gonna come out the same way?
Of course. All you would do is just add a little bit more seasoning when you're finishing.
Okay.
After you pick the chicken, you can add a little seasoning. You can even take a little dill pickle juice and add it to the roasting juices that are there from
just so it brings out a little bit of that acidity?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So then let's go ahead and start getting this glue and all of this spice rub going onto it there.
All right. So this is our bitty seasoning. This is actually how we marinate our fried chicken as well.
Dope.
With the mustard and then our bitty seasoning.
Now, what are you tasting for? What's going on in there?
So you're really just trying to get a nice even coating all over the chicken.
Okay.
Right? You don't want too thick, and you also don't want it too thin with the mustard where it's running. So what I do is just kind of all over.
Okay, so you're putting everything together all at the same time.
Correct.
That mustard and what you have as this beautiful rub, that's gonna go into it.
Correct.
Okay.
So then, you don't have to use gloves, but it gets a little messy.
I dig it. And so what's going on inside this spice rub? What do we have in there?
So inside of this spice rub, we have some smoked paprika, salt, black pepper, brown sugar, and a little bit of garlic powder.
So you've taken the hard work and just made it so much easier for everybody at home, giving them a little bit of a little trade secret there with what you guys are doing at the restaurant. I mean, is this something I could buy at the restaurant then?
So we will be selling here soon. We will be selling our seasonings as well as our pickles and our sauces that we make as well.
Nice. So this could be like a whole meal kit in itself.
Oh yeah. Another good thing to do is when you're doing this, pull the breast meat up.
Okay.
And kind of run your fingers under there, separate it a little bit.
Okay.
That way you can get some of that seasoning from the marinade and the bitty spice.
The bitty spice, just to get in there so it just kind of brings a little more flavor in between that. Okay.
Yep, just make sure it's all nice and covered everywhere. And that is literally it.
Okay.
Then, if you have a roasting rack, put it on a roasting rack to put in the oven.
Nice. Okay.
It just keeps everything moving around, like the heat.
Okay.
So then I roast these in a convection oven. So if you have a convection oven at your house, I'll do it at 400 degrees for 45 minutes.
All right.
You want to do it until you temp the breast, where the breast meat and the thigh meat. Meat.
And what are we looking for from a temperature at that point?
So I pull it at 155 degrees and let it carry to 165.
So it carries up to it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to pull it at 165 because then it'll carry around 10 degrees.
And then it's going to be a little bit dry out. Right. All right. So then this is going into the oven now?
It's going to go into the oven.
All right. Cool.
I'm gonna throw this in the oven down here.
But if you don't have a convection oven at the house, that's okay. You could still be able to do.
The only thing you would do then is increase your temperature 25 degrees.
Okay, cool.
So 425 for 45 minutes. And this is what it'll look like.
Okay.
Some people might say, oh, it's burnt. It's not burnt, I promise. It's the mustard and the spices that make that char on it, and it gives it a little bit of smoky flavor.
I love it, because that's the color that you're looking for in this.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Perfect.
So the next step, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start sauteing some vegetables.
Okay.
Some mushrooms and onions.
Nice.
That's what I like.
The basics to have inside that
Yeah.
like cheesesteak.
That's what I like in my Philly.
Okay, all right.
Keep it kind of simple. Easiest thing is just saute it with a little bit of butter.
All right, and we got a nice hot pan going because Joe's recipe and all the ingredients that you need for this can be found at our website, dinnerdeas.com, or just scan the QR code in the corner of your screen. All right, so we got a nice little bit of butter. We've got now just some button mushrooms, right?
That's it.
Okay.
You can use whatever kind of mushrooms you want.
Okay.
I just kept it simple. Some sliced onions. Right.
Love it.
I love that sound.
I dig it.
Yeah.
And it's already starting to cook and evaporate out some of that water that's coming from the mushrooms too, it looks like.
Correct. What you don't want to do, a lot of people like to add salt and pepper now.
Yeah.
You don't add salt yet.
Why is that?
Because it's going to pull moisture out of the onions, and what you don't want to do is pull moisture out. You want to caramelize it.
Yeah, okay.
So
And that means that you're trying to keep all those sugars intact. So that way then that
Correct.
moisture stays with it so it's not going to be
Correct.
too much. All right, all right.
So you can see it's already starting to.
Nice little bit of color to it.
Yep.
All right.
Right, and we'll just let that go.
I dig it.
Okay. Get that thing back in there. So now come over here, and what we'll do is we'll pick this chicken a little bit just to show you how we do it. I use everything.
All right.
So I'll start with the wing and just rip it off. You want to use the skin and all.
You want to use the skin and all. All right. See, 'cause
Correct.
what I want to do is because you might be the king of the coop, but I'm declaring myself the emperor of the Chef Jeff Cam because I get to see what's going on. And everybody at home, let's take a look what's going on with the Chef Jeff Cam as we're just going to start really pulling all that meat.
Yep. You just don't want any bones or any of that cartilage. And most of the time you'll find that around the wings. But we'll just toss that. But the skin is going to help fatten the dish up too a little bit.
And the skin's going to go into the pan as well?
Yes,
Oh,
everything.
man, you're going with everything that I love.
Everything, no waste. I mean, you can even save the bones for stock and make a stock afterwards.
Nice.
Right, so you want to pull all of it. Breast meat, skin, leg and thigh meat. Right, so just pull. See, it's nice and cooked, pretty good. Tender.
And this is up to you with how much you're pulling for and what you're looking from a size standpoint too.
Correct.
Okay.
So what I have over here is we have some already pulled.
Okay.
So we're going to stir this a little bit. Right. See the nice
Look at the
caramelization
colors on that right there.
coming on the mushrooms and onions right there. So I have some pulled chicken right here.
Okay.
So we're just going to add this to the pan.
So you want to have like a nice little bit of a bite to it then.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't want this to be just like kind of like wimpy. You're going all in. I want to get all of that flavor coming through.
Yes, sir.
I dig it.
Now, another important thing that I think in doing this is when you roast your chickens, or rotisserie, like we said, you're going to have some juices come off of the chicken.
Yeah.
Save it. That's what we got here.
Okay.
So this is just like, it's super fatty, super umami. It's got the flavor of the seasoning, the mustard, the dill pickle juice. Like, go ahead, just
I got
go for the dip.
Dude, the flavors are right there for it.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add that now. It's
You're
not a
out there-
whole lot, but we're just gonna add it. It's gonna increase a little bit of the moisture content. And then here,
And it's going to bring all that concentrated flavor through it.
correct.
Oh.
Give it a little toss. Then
Look at
here's
that.
when we'll season it. So the seasonings I like to use, very simple.
Okay.
Salt and pepper,
Nice.
right? So it's already salted.
Yeah.
This is just, we added the mushrooms and the onions. You want to bring that flavor
Absolutely.
out.
That's where you're looking for
A little
that to
salt
come
and
in.
pepper.
Okay.
Also, one of my favorite seasonings that I love to use on a lot of stuff, Montreal steak seasoning.
Why?
Because it's got that bite to it.
Okay.
And it's for me, it's kind of like an all-purpose seasoning. I'll
It
put
smells
it on
absolutely fantastic. You guys want to use the Chef Jeff Cam at home right now. I'm going to be doing like a smell-o-vision thing with this for you all because I'm smelling, you're watching. Look at this. This is all coming together like how it should. You can see all the colors. This is absolutely fantastic. And it seems like it's quick, too.
Super easy. Super easy. What you can also do is prep your chicken a day in advance.
I love it.
Right? So you can brine it, prep it, and then the next day, it's easy.
It's
just
ready
pick
to
your
go.
chicken.
So this is like...
We're gonna add now a little bit of Nashville hot seasoning.
Okay.
So this is our spice that we make.
And this is different than the itty bitty over here.
Yes. So the only difference in this is we added cayenne pepper.
Okay. Is that going to be too hot then?
No, because you can cut down the cayenne pepper.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this can be customized to what your preferences may be if you don't want it to be as hot.
Correct.
All right. So what's next then?
Next, that's done right there. We'll go ahead and turn this off.
Okay.
Now we're gonna build the sandwiches.
Right on.
Okay. So we're gonna. I like to use these just like small Philly rolls.
Okay.
Grab a serrated knife. We're gonna open it up. Cut both of these open. Okay. Now, what I like to do, I don't like anything fancy with cheesesteaks. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So we're going to use that white American, that government cheese that I like.
The government cheese. All right.
So we're going to I use 3 pieces of cheese per sandwich.
Okay.
Right? So I like to put one down in the middle.
Okay.
Then we're going to take our tongs here, some of our meat mixture.
I love it.
We're just going to load these bad boys up. Here, you want to try a little piece?
I do actually. Come on now.
There you go.
I can't go without a little bit of that onion.
A little bit of onion, some mushroom. How's the seasoning?
Flavor is absolutely fantastic. And that chicken jus.
Brings it all together.
It brings it all together. You're absolutely, like, that is what's doing it for me right there.
Oh, yeah. So now,
you know, I can actually taste a little bit of that Montreal seasoning to it.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of fun too because like when you use a seasoning sometimes, you're getting so much more than just what would have been, hey, it's the salt and pepper.
Right.
You're getting a little bit of dehydrated garlic, a little bit dehydrated onion into it there.
Yep.
You're getting a little bit of spices, so it just has so much flavor that sometimes can just enhance it so well. And that's definitely.
So what you can also do if you'd like is use mayonnaise. Put a little bit of mayonnaise in the bottom bun.
Okay.
We'll go traditional and we'll skip it for now.
All right, sounds good. What's next?
Next, we're just gonna broil the cheese just to melt it, and they're ready to eat.
Okay, very cool.
So we're gonna do this really high oven, just on broil.
Okay.
Should take no time. We sit here and do like a little chicken dance or something.
I love it. I love it because this is inspired by recipes that are from the restaurant. So
yes,
walk us through a little bit about what is a Nashville hot chicken?
So Nashville hot chicken is a way of doing fried chicken.
Okay.
So honestly, the easiest way to explain it is you fry chicken, hit it with a seasoned oil, and then just add more of your seasoning on top.
Oh, I love it.
Serve it with some bread, some pickles, some sauce.
And just have fun. Right?
That's it.
Cool, as we're having fun, because when we come back, our chicken cheesesteaks meet their match with a special side of Chef Joe's vinegar potato salad, and we're going to show you how to make it right here on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Ideas for dinner that you can make tonight. In the kitchen today is Chef Joe Dodd, owner of the King of the Coop, Tampa's home for Nashville hot chicken in South Tampa, Seminole Heights, and Wesley Chapel. Before the break, we made these Nashville hot chicken Philly cheesesteaks. Chef Joe, what's next, my friend?
Now we're gonna make a warm vinegar-style potato salad.
I dig it. All right. So we just had our potatoes that you just pulled and then drained.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect.
So I used the red skin potato.
Okay.
So now we're gonna make the dressing, right? So we're gonna make a vinaigrette with some Creole mustard.
Nice.
So we're gonna start with the Creole mustard. So the mustard is used as a binder, but it also, the reason I'm using Creole mustard is it's got a little kick to it, and it'll give you a little bit more flavor.
Yeah, this is what I'm expecting from you, my friend, is having that flavor. I mean, like, I snuck up a few bites there of the sandwich earlier, so I'm expecting the same here. All right, so we got the Creole mustard.
So we got the Creole mustard. I got some red wine vinegar here.
Okay.
The ratio that I utilize for my vinegar to oil is 2 to 1. So 2 part oil, 1 part vinegar.
Okay, cool.
Now, with this recipe, you don't really need to worry about it combining, and you don't have to worry about it breaking.
Perfect.
Because that's not going to matter.
Okay.
Really. So we're going to throw in the vinegar, and then we have oil here.
And now this is just an olive oil? Is this
just a regular olive oil?
Just regular olive oil. Okay.
Nothing crazy.
Right on.
Right. So then what we're going to do with that We're gonna whisk that together.
Okay, so we're just gonna bring all these flavors together
See
here.
it start to come together.
I dig it.
Like that. We're gonna add in some of our onion. Let that start to break down. So this is julienne red onion. You wanna cut them thinly.
Nice.
Right? So we're gonna let that start to break down.
Okay.
Now we're gonna chop some parsley.
Nice.
Right here. So this is just using a curly parsley. You can use flat leaf curly. Don't worry about, I like using the stems.
Okay.
For me, if you're using cilantro, parsley, most of the flavor comes from the stem.
Sure.
In my opinion.
So what you're saying is get down and dirty with it and go all the way.
Yeah, don't be scared.
I love it.
Sitting there picking, you know, I like the rustic style of stuff.
Oh, rustic style. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So then we're gonna mix that together.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Then we're gonna bring our potatoes over here.
Okay. And
That we
just for
drained
that,
off.
I'm getting the Chef Jeff camera ready because I want you at home to see what we're doing. So when you make this, you can be able to see exactly how this is going to look
Pour that in there.
and what you're looking for here.
Just like that. I'll move this to back here.
All right.
Okay. And then all we're gonna do now is just mix that up. Now, you can serve this cold.
Okay.
The reason I like to do it hot is because when you do it hot, the potato is gonna soak all that flavor in from the
Nice.
vinegar, the oil, and the mustard,
Nice.
right? So we're gonna mix that all up. And then the last step is just hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper
Okay.
for some seasoning. Mix that.
I dig it because you can get all the details to make Chef Joe's vinegar potato salad and the chicken cheesesteaks. Find the recipes at our website, dinnerdeas.com, or use the QR code in the corner of the screen to get you right there.
And
I love it. I
there
got to
you
go for this bite. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to take a quick break, and after that break, we're going to be coming right back with some dessert. Chef Joe's going to share his special strawberry shortcake recipe with some surprising ingredients. So we're going to show you how to do that when we come right back on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, the show where great chefs share great ideas for dinner, and we show you how to make them. Today, Chef Joe Dodd, king of the coop himself, has made us his Nashville hot chicken Philly cheesesteaks, and before the break, we showed us his warm vinegar potato salad. And it looks like you're already going into the next stuff.
You know, you can't have dinner without having dessert.
That's literally the whole pairing that it's supposed to be made for. So what are we making for dessert?
So we're just gonna make some drop biscuits for a strawberry shortcake.
I love it.
Yep. Reason I use drop biscuits is just it's so much easier to make.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about waste. You don't have to worry about sitting there rolling them out and then re-rolling.
So what's already inside our bowl here?
So we had flour, salt, baking powder, whole milk, and then I grated butter. A lot of times it says like, oh, use a biscuit chopper and get them into pea size. Doing it in the grating has long strings,
Okay.
which I think increases the amount of surface area of the butter in a biscuit.
Nice, nice.
And it's not a biscuit without a lot of butter in my.
You have to have the butter for it. So what's next?
So what I'm doing is just making a soft little dough ball.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use a 2-ounce scoop and literally scoop it.
Boom. I'm literally gonna bring the Chef Jeff cam right above you here, because I want to see all of this. Because this is all about portion control too. This you can be able to, really make sure you're consistent with these biscuits.
Unless you eat like portion control for doing it, but then portion control is more self-awareness.
Tell me about it, man. I'm always going for like double duties on it all, so I know what it's all about. Because when we come back, it's taste test time for our Nashville hot chicken Philly cheesesteaks, our warm vinegar potato salad, and these strawberry shortcakes. That's still ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. Ideas for dinner you can make tonight. Chef Joe Dodd is with us. He's the owner of King of the Coop, and he showed us how to make Nashville hot chicken Philly cheesesteaks, his warm vinegar potato salad, and these strawberry shortcakes. Man, let's get right down to it. Let's taste.
Time to eat.
Time to eat is right, my friend. time to eat is one thing. Time to revel in eating is another thing. Dude, the flavors in this are incredible.
Thank you.
That chicken jus really comes through on that really nice and brings it all together. And let's go straight into this potato salad here. Okay, this is something I would be running to at the restaurant. Is this on the restaurant right now? This whole thing.
Not
Everything.
yet. Coming
Not yet.
Coming soon.
Coming soon, because the sandwich brings out so much flavor. This potato salad breaks it down with just the acidity, and you're not getting lost in any of that mustard.
Nope.
Which is cool. And you know what? We got a little savory. We got to finish this with a little bit of sweet.
Yeah.
Because this has got my name on it.
Ain't dinner without dessert.
Yeah, let's get everything here. Cheers to this one, my
Cheers.
friend. Boom. All right, you gotta tell me though, man. There's something in there. What's the secret ingredient?
In the strawberries, so it's strawberry sugar, a little water, salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
That is how you turn an idea for dinner into a dinner dia. Thanks again to Chef Joe Dodd. And if you want to make any of these tonight, scan the QR code to get the recipes and let us know if you make it and how it tasted. I'm Jeff Philbin. See you next time with more Dinner Dias.